Well, there can be lots of reasons why kids don't want to talk about worries. It can be because they actually don't understand them and they don't actually know what's going on. It can be because they don't have words for it. It might be because, in fact, actually, mum or dad, you're a worry and you ask me about it so much that I really just don't want to talk about it and I want some space. Or, in some cases, and again, this can be all of the above, it might actually be that not talking about worries actually gets me more attention. Because when I keep my mouth shut, in actual fact, that might make mum or dad more anxious and they might ask me more. So again, lots of reasons why kids may or may not talk about anxiety. That doesn't mean as parents you can't do anything about it. Because remember, you've not just got the words that people talk about, you've got their behaviour to base information and decisions on. So if your child is showing anxious behaviour, if they're avoiding things, then as parents you can absolutely step in and support them to be brave, support them to get into environments that their worry brain might be telling them is dangerous. A really good technique to use is drop and run. So it's not actually about trying to get them into a dialogue about their worry, but to kind of make suggestions, be curious, observations that you've noticed this and you wonder whether that's an issue. Kids don't have to answer, but they've heard what you've had to say, and so that can be just as powerful. The other thing you can do is try and support your kids to know the difference between a problem and a worry. Problems are great to solve, and again, through drop and run or being curious or offering suggestions, which kids can pick up on or not pick up on, we can talk about problems that they might be able to work through. But when it comes to worries, we actually don't really want them to talk about that too much, because worries have this big what if at the beginning of them, and in actual fact they're not based in reality. So if you're spending a lot of time wanting to talk to your kids about worries, or in fact they're wanting to talk to you about their worries, I'd actually be telling you to shut down those conversations because they tend to dig us into a really big hole. So as parents, we can be supportive, we can be open and let them know that we're always here to talk about anything, but we get to, I suppose, guide what we end up opening up to a bigger conversation or shutting down. So whether your kid wants to talk about it or not, we're not powerless in the face of that, and we can work with it. And some kids can move through anxiety and not do a lot of talking about it, and that's fine.